Check it out. You can see it right there. That's haunted, man. That's a spectral form.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I can explain.
Listen, I know what it looks like, okay? It looks like in that clip I'm trying to find ghosts. I want there to be ghosts. I'm searching for them. I've gone from debunking ghost clips to bunking them. So that's an apparition, right? Yeah, it sure is. But I'm here to tell you that that guy is the old John. He's no more. You don't have to worry about him anymore. From now on, no more bunking, only debunking. If I watch a completely unexplainable clip that has a 100% real ghost in it, I still won't believe it. That is my promise, my dedication to you. Then this video, I will not see any ghosts of any kind. I will be debunking these ghost videos once and for all. Or we might just make fun of them.
At around 10 p.m., two sisters return home to pick up something that one of them needs.
Hurry up, hurry up.
Okay, well, I mean, if you think about it, you wouldn't stop to pick up something you don't need. So it kind of goes without saying. Thanks, bub.
According to Pink Nemesis, who sent me this video, her little sister needed to pack some clothes for a sleepover that she was running late to. But just moments before coming inside,
Running late to a sleepover? Whoa, 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 whoa. Running late to a sleepover? What are you gonna meet? They're gonna be there all night.
But just moments before coming inside, they noticed something rather unusual on the sidewalk across from their house. Apparently, they had found a shopping cart filled with creepy-looking dolls. Curious, they check out the cart for a quick minute before immediately rushing to the house to get what they came for. But during this footage, which was caught on their doorbell camera, they record something completely unexpected. This is what they caught.
Okay, so they see a grocery cart full of dolls. This is very good audio, by the way, on the doorbell cam. They were across the street when they were talking, and it caught the audio.
Hurry up, hurry up.
Well, what did they see? What, they just leave the door open? They leave the front door wide open? What? Wait, what did they see? I don't see anything.
Hurry up, hurry up.
I can't tell if they're saying hurry up because they see something weird or because they're running late. Because Bub set this one up like they're in a hurry because they're running late to the sleepover. But apparently they're not in that much of a hurry because they stop and check out the grocery cart full of dolls across the street. Like, already the narrative is kind of falling apart for me. I can't see what they supposedly see here, but something tells me we're about to find out.
Hurry up, hurry up.
Why do they leave the front door wide open like this? I'm amazed. I have comments, but we'll wait to see what happens.
I don't go to your house and mess with your shit, so don't mess with mine.
What was I supposed to see there? Okay, wait, whoa. Wait, hang on a second, bub. So the scary part of this clip isn't the lady just walking into their house with a giant doll. It's whatever that shadow was in the background? What? Why do I care about the shadow? Actually, why do I care about the grocery cart lady coming in here? They left the front door wide open. I mean, hello? Anyone home? Oh, now we closed the door. Okay. We had to wait till we effed around and found out first. Oh, come on, with the shadow. So this doorbell cam is in pretty much the same position all day, every day, right? It's like this. Now, right here, this is where the shadow appeared. You notice what's next to it? A bush. Now, I'm telling you, as someone who has a doorbell cam myself, we get so many cats just skulking across the way, especially if there's a bush or some kind of area where they can find cover in, they dart out in front all the time, and that's exactly what that looks like here, what that shadow looks like. So we're really fascinated by this shadow. I mean, this is a crazy clip. First of all, let me just say this clip just screams upper middle class suburbia to me. Like the fact that they're so fascinated by a grocery cart appearing in their neighborhood that they stop and gawk at it. I guess they don't get many unhoused people moving through their neighborhood, perhaps, so perhaps it's an affluent area. If I saw a grocery cart across the street in my neighborhood, I would just leave it alone, because you don't want to mess with people's stuff. If somebody owns a grocery cart and it's out in the middle of the street, you do not touch that. Everyone knows that. Come on. So on one hand, I'm like, this has got to be a sketch. This has got to be like a comedy skit, dude. I mean, look at this. I mean, this is just this. I feel like this is a upper middle class suburban girl's idea of a really funny thing that happens, is an unhoused person becoming defensive about their cart full of dolls, right? But it is cracking me up that during this whole bizarre sequence of events, skit or no, that we're so fixated on the shadow over here. Like, who cares? That could be anything. That could be a video glitch. I mean, it could be video editing. Whatever.
Now, she has yet to share this footage elsewhere, but until then, she has no explanation for what was caught. As with all videos, I'll let you come up with your own conclusions.
A video glitch and an attempt at a comedy skit. Bravo, bravo. Oh, what's this, you might ask? Well, this actually is a new watch I just picked up from today's sponsor, Holzkern. Holzkern is a family business that specializes in unique watches and jewelry made from natural materials like stone or wood. And these materials are made to last. Here's the watch I picked out from last year's collaboration with Holzkern, and I've been wearing it semi-weekly for over a year now. Everything is still in great condition, and I only ever needed to adjust the time when it was for daylight saving. It's also been kind of fun getting people's reactions to a watch made with wood. It's an interesting conversation piece. But yeah, it's held up really well over the past year. For this collaboration, Holzkern let me pick out a couple more items from their catalog. I picked another watch with a maple dial, but this time I went with a stainless steel case. It's a little more heavy duty, and I like that I have two watches with very different looks. I also got this bandlet with a genuine gray marble stone. My wife and I have some marble furniture. Marble's already part of our home aesthetic, so it's cool to get to wear some marble too. Holzkern offers free worldwide shipping from Vienna, and for US customers, they'll even handle the customs fees. You can get your new Holzkern watch in just 5 to 9 business days, with no unexpected drama. For a limited time only, Holzkern is having their biggest sale of the year, where you can get up to an exclusive 30% off by clicking my link in the description or the pinned comment. The sale ends December 1st, so make sure you take advantage. This would be a meaningful gift for the holiday season. Big thanks to Holzkern for sponsoring this video. Now it's time to get back to ghost busting. Was that okay? I thought about saying it was time to watch the rest of the video, but then I thought, why not say both?
In the following video, a woman named Aria is recording herself walking down a hallway inside a hotel, but something about her video seems off.
Okay, yeah, it's horribly filmed. I was recording for my own safety.
As it turns out, Aria wasn't the only one inside this hallway. Someone who was acting very strange was right behind her.
Okay.
So, for her safety, she records this video. But little does she know that what she captures would leave many viewers completely spooked.
Whoa, 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 whoa. This is new. I've never seen Bizarre Bub do this before. Okay, I don't want to make this all about me or anything, but one criticism that I've always had of Bizarre Bub, and I've expressed it many times, is that he always talks about what people are saying about this video, about what like the public speculation is, and it's always that the public thinks that there's a ghost. The public thinks there's with 100% certainty that something supernatural is going on. But then I go to the original videos and I'm like, where are these comments? Who's saying these things? And I often can't find them. So I think this is very funny that he takes screen grabs of these, and I'm not sure what platform these are on, but It's very interesting to me that he just started including these. That is great. I'm gonna have to look at the original source material for this though and see if I can find these comments, because this AI thumbnail over here is not making me feel super confident about that.
It was during this recording that many noted something rather unsettling besides the supposed person behind her.
Okay.
While taking this video, she captures this. Watch closely.
Okay, I don't want to watch too closely. It's kind of an uncomfortable angle. But okay. Am I like, I'm trying to look in the background. This is my PSA to be aware of your surroundings, please. Okay. So is there like a supernatural element to this
now, it's
video?
important to note that Arya is safe. As she uploaded this video afterwards, she mentions that she immediately ran after hearing the person behind her start running.
Okay.
But this is where things start to get weird.
Wait, what did it say? Oh, it says hashtag God loves you. I thought it said hashtag godless. I was like, whoa. All right.
Right when she pans the camera behind, if you slow the footage, you'll notice that no one is there.
Okay.
The so-called stranger is nowhere in sight. But strangely, she behaves as if someone is actually chasing her, when really, no one is. Or at least, it seems like that. Because according to a housekeeper who works at the same hotel Araya was staying at,
wait, how do we get
something creepy
CCTV
was
of
caught
this?
on their security cameras when this happened.
How'd we get it? How'd we?
Here's video of that girl that posted, and I'm gonna let y'all know now. It gets really weird.
It is very suspicious that we not only get the footage from the girl running, but also the CCTV footage. So you're telling me that this person, this security officer, saw the clip of her running on TikTok and was just like, wait a second, I know where I've seen this before. And then they accessed the CCTV from this exact day at this exact time. Because she's sprinting through these hallways. He would have had to scrub through hours and hours and hours of footage to find this, you would think.
And it's even more strange that she left all her belongings behind. Now, Tony recorded this.
Wait,
but little
what?
did he know that in this video, something far more creepy would be seen inside.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
While
whoa,
taking
whoa.
this video, Tony gets this.
Okay, I've got alarm bells going off. So let me set the stage for you. This guy, this housekeeper at this hotel, saw this footage on TikTok, and then he started putting the pieces together. He started scrubbing through CCTV. He found the exact clip of her running through a hallway for approximately 4 seconds out of hours and hours and hours and hours of footage. And then he shows up at her hotel room where all her stuff is still there. That's really quick work, Tony.
You said what?
Really quick work. 9:38 a.m.? No, I'm sorry. I don't even need to see anything else. I'm going to keep watching. But you cannot tell me that Tony and this girl are not in cahoots together. They absolutely... There's no way that this would happen with two people who don't know each other. No. No. Why is he looking through her stuff? This is her personal property and he's just broadcasting it? I love the little emoji of him being terrified. Yo, how many drinks do we need? Look at this, there's 3 drinks over here. They've all got the exact same amount of beverage in them too. This is bizarre. This is such a weird clip. People do anything. It's an ARG. It's an ARG, guys. Oh. Okay, listen. I'm not saying that this is suspicious or anything. This is just an unrelated comment. However, what a diabolical place to put some toilet paper. You're gonna make the person on the toilet lean all the way over like that? I mean, just put it on the side of the bathroom cabinet. Can't you just put it on the side of the cabinet right here on the side of the counter? That would make way more sense than on the opposite wall. Anyway, you know, I just noticed these things. Priorities, I guess.
This is crazy.
What'd you find?
It's what Tony finds inside the bathroom that has him extremely concerned. For those unfamiliar with this metal object is a tool that's used to unlock doors from the other side. This is something that strangers often use to enter someone's room without a key.
Oh, okay. Well, that's horrifying.
Oh my god.
Was he like demonstrating it?
What?
And we're supposed to believe that that's not yours, Tony. We're supposed to believe that that little doohickey ain't yours. Oh, it kind of seems like Tony has some experience with this. This ain't his first rodeo. Oh, come on. You know, I have to say, I can see one weakness in this little device, and that's the latch up here. This is why every time I go to a hotel room, I latch everything that they have available. The deadbolt goes in, you know, the latch goes in. I gotta have 3 layers of protection. So, I mean, I guess this could work if you didn't lock anything else, but sheesh. Anyway, I mean, I'm kind of trivializing it right now, but the main thing that you need to know is that this is Tony's and he planned it here, and this is all a setup. It's so obvious.
So just keep watching the screen right here, man. I saw something that just...
I'm looking. Okay, somebody's up there. Oh.
Right there.
Huh.
I don't know what that was.
This is crazy.
And you're...
How...
Okay, you're trying to make me believe that that's the raw footage. Not an edit.
Like most videos, this one remains a mystery.
It remains a mystery. The Council of Scientists and Debunkers are baffled by this one. They can't piece it together. Well, I'll tell you exactly how they did this. This shadow right here is the shadow of the girl running. And this clip right here is composited, edited footage. This actually is very simple to do. You can do this yourself. One thing that you may notice is that the shadow here should be accompanied by somebody running. However, one thing that I noticed throughout this whole thing, when they show the girl running, Aria or whatever her name is, they only show her starting from here. They never show the part of the clip where she's running through the bottom part of the hallway. Because she would obviously leave a shadow, right? Now, the way that the lights are here, there's no visible shadow here, but there would be with the way that the lights are here, right? This is a very bright light here, and that's what would be casting the shadow on the wall. So I'll show you exactly how you could achieve this same effect with 2 different pieces of footage. Oh my gosh, guys, you're not gonna believe it, but right after I recorded that, I decided to leave the room, and then I came back and I checked my camera, and I seem to have found a real ghost. Caught on tape. Check it out. Okay, guys, check it out. As you can see, there's me leaving the room just like I said. Now watch this. There's an unexplained shadow on my green screen. Whoa. And no one's in the room. Do you need to see it again? Look, no one in the room. And there's that shadow. What the heck? Well, yeah, I edited this in about 10 minutes, and it's not perfect. You know, there's a little bit of inconsistency here and there, but I'll show you exactly how I did it. It's very easy. Okay, so I've got Adobe Premiere Pro open, but you can do this with pretty much any competent editing software. All I've done is I've spliced together 2 different pieces of footage. So one piece of footage, I'll go ahead and show you, is this top layer, which is the footage of me walking in front of my green screen, and I'll show you exactly what it looks like. There's me walking in front of my green screen. Actually, I'll move down here so you can see better. See? That's the footage. But we don't want me walking in front of the green screen. We just want the shadow, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to crop me out, right? The way that we do that is we create a cropping mask with the crop tool, and you can create a custom path, which I've done right here with this blue line. It goes off screen, so it's pretty, you know, I wouldn't say it's undetectable, but it does a pretty good job of cropping out the part where I walk into the room. And so we just have the shadow. Now, underneath that, this is the important part, you can't, because if you just have that piece of footage, then it's like, well, I mean, we got the shadow, but where's the rest of the room, right? It's been cropped out. So you simply put another layer of video under that, and this is just footage of the empty room. So you put your base layer, which is nothing happening, and then you put in a cropped layer of something spooky happening, and you simply put it on top. And that's how you can create your very own mysterious shadow on the wall. Wow. Now, I'm not saying that this is exactly how they did it, but it's just one way that you can achieve this same effect of, you know, a shadow without a person. You can do this with anything, actually. Doesn't have to be a shadow. It could just be any two pieces of footage that you want to splice together, and you can get rid of that pesky part of the footage that explains the whole thing, right? So you could do this with, you know, a ball that you roll across the room. You could simply crop out the part where you roll the ball and just keep in the ball rolling by itself. You could do that with a bunch of different things, but yeah, it's just cropped footage is all it is. But yeah, you can use this technique for a lot of different things, but yeah, that's what I think this shadow in the hallway is. I think it's cropped footage, and I think this whole thing is a setup. Tony's got one too many follow-ups, okay? He's clearly involved. Anyway, next clip.
Workers at Rock City Kicks, a shoe store in Fayetteville, Arkansas, say that weird things have been happening around the shop for a while now. But lately, it started to get a lot harder to ignore.
Nice. He had a really late reaction to that, I can't help but notice.
The stockroom gate slams shut on its own. The employee checks it out, but he doesn't seem too concerned. But just a week later, things at the small shop take an even stranger turn. Whatever it is in the store seems to be getting bolder.
Yeah, I'm going, bro. Man, roll pretty comfortable. He's trying not to take too long on myself. You want to get checked out. Hell no.
Whoa.
A shop salesman is helping a customer try on shoes when a Nike suddenly launches off the display wall and lands upright on.
Nuke knows his shoes. How can you tell it's a Nike? I can't see anything. I can just see pixels. I can just see a smudge on my screen right now. I don't know. I'm just not that familiar with shoes. I'm not an expert. So
on the floor as he
maybe
bends
it's
down
obvious.
to grab it,
Maybe you're a
the
shoe
flips
expert.
away on its own, almost like it's being yanked.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is being yanked. Almost as if it's being yanked by something thin and invisible.
With that, both men just make a run for it. And there goes the salesman dashing past the window.
Well, actually, more than that, what I'm interested in is the fact that the customer is out the door with the shoe store's merchandise.
Shop salesman is helping a customer try on
my
shoes.
man's trying on a new shoe.
Launches off the display wall.
This is a great excuse, Paranormal Activity, for just booking it out of there.
The shoe flips away on its own, almost
he
like
got a
it's
free
being
shoe.
yanked. And with that,
nobody's talking about the fact that this guy got away with stealing a shoe. Well, I'm assuming that they came back, but I just think it's funny. So yeah, this seems like a sketch to me, but it is a funny one. I like how the shoe falling, they both immediately turned. Now, I can only speak for myself, but if I was trying on a new shoe in a shoe store like this, and I heard just something fall in the background, I would not care at all. I would not stop walking. I'm concentrated on evaluating a potential purchase. I'm not concerned with merchandise falling off the shelves. So the fact that they immediately reacted, the salesman reacting, I can sort of understand. It's closer to him. But the customer immediately reacting is very suspicious to me. Watch this. He's trying out one of the shoes. Immediately, he's just like, what was that? I heard merchandise fall. I hope it wasn't damaged. You know what I think? I think this guy works there. I think that's how else do you explain his immediate concern for the merchandise? Oh, I see. Yeah, I definitely got yanked off screen. That's my explanation for it. I just feel like the way that they react to this is so sketch-like. I do like how they just both book it.
Is helping a customer, and there goes the salesman dashing past the window. So
the way that it's cut makes it seem like they take a moment before they're running out the window. Oh, can you guys even see this? I'm sorry.
Like it's being yanked.
Here, look.
And
they take a second
both men just make
to
a
run past the window.
And there goes the salesman dashing past the window.
They get separated by quite a lot of time too. That's why I think it's a sketch. I think it's just a little pre-planned skit thing that they've got going on. It is funny. It's a good advertisement for the store too, to be like, there's paranormal activity at the shoe store where everything's 50% off. Come check our blowout sale this weekend. Yeah, I think they ran outside. They kind of stood there for a second and they were like, oh, let's run past the window. And then that's what they did. I think that's what made the cut. This is a pretty funny one. I like that.
A construction worker and his boss are remodeling an abandoned house when things start to get really weird.
Gente, aquí estamos. Ahora vamos para este cuarto que llevo rato escuchando cantazos y eso. Uy.
You've been hearing some singing.
Hay algo que está sonando por ahí, brother. Oye, ¿qué fue eso? Pompi. No, papá. No, chacho.
Okay, that's not singing. That's just music, but all right.
Pompi. Mira, tú escuchas eso, ¿verdad? No, yo estoy asustado ya, compi. Hay algo que lleva rato sonando allá adentro y de momento, ¡pam!, dieron un cantazo.
Ya te digo que tú eres de estos que son cobardes, que te imaginas cosas, bro.
No, chacho, yo no puedo imaginar eso, compi. Y en el cuarto ese, que llevo rato escuchando cantar y pensaba que eras tú, y cuando yo vine a ver...
It's not singing. It's not singing, it's music. There's no vocals in what you're hearing.
No, chacho, yo estoy que no puedo ni hablar. No, yo no veo películas de esas ya, compi. Vamos ahora en este, compi, en este. Escucha cómo suena. ¿Tú estás escuchando eso?
Ya.
Yo creo que yo desde lejos, yo, si acaso.
All right.
Sí, estoy temblando, compi.
Let's see it.
Cuidado, compi, que si yo algo estaba cogiendo, tú sabes cómo es esto. No. Hija. ¿Qué caramba es eso?
Alright, it's a doll.
Muñeca así. Como si estuvieran mirando para abajo. Ay, bendito Dios, y sonando ya.
And y'all didn't set this up, is that right?
En este cuarto, compi, no vaya. Aún sigue sonando solo. Oh, y se mueve y todo.
Well, what's the black cord attached to? Whoa, did you see how easy? Wait, did you see how easily he put that back on? Look at how easily he puts this doll back on. Look at that. All of a sudden the doll's hanging from it. It was like just a little sleight of hand right there. Supposedly this is the first time he's ever touched the doll. All of a sudden the doll's hanging just like it was. What? It looks like it's hanging from nothing too. Alright. It is moving.
moviendo, compi, ¿oíste?
Oh.
¿Será el viento? No, si aquí no hay viento, compi. Pero un muñeco feo. Mira para allá.
While working alone inside, the worker hears the eerie tune of It's a Small World coming from a room. There's a sudden loud bang, so he fetches his boss, and together they follow the creepy melody to a closet.
That's his boss?
Inside, they find a doll hanging upside down in what might be the creepiest plushie ever. It has an actual full-on baby printed on it.
Right.
As they poke around the closet, it twitches and suddenly just launches right at them.
Well, I'm noticing that it's not just twitching. The hanger above it is twitching
Plushie
too.
Ever. It has an actual full-on baby printed on it. As
Right.
they poke around the closet, it twitches and suddenly just launches right at them. But is this a real paranormal encounter in an abandoned house? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax?
It's a hoax, but it's not that elaborate. Creando sueños, creating dreams. Okay. So this is from a Facebook page. Let's see. All right. One thing I want to check before we get too into this. I want to check out the structure of this house. Okay. So this wall of this room that we're looking at with the doll in the closet, it's an outside facing wall. Right? There's a window unit right there. And then there's a window next to it. And there's all these cords. I'm noticing. There's all these cords coming in and out of the walls and the windows. Yeah, so there's this window next to the double window with the window unit. Yeah, there's all sorts of cables, which I find interesting. Okay, so he leaves, he turns around, goes back to the hallway, and he's about to turn to his right. He moves the camera really quickly. I don't know why, but I guess just in a rush to get his boss, who he calls bro. Alright, so he's going to get El Jefe. He turns to the right. So what that tells me, because he's about to take another right, this is this outside facing wall where his boss is right now. This is the same wall. It's the same outside facing wall of that room that he was just in with the doll in the closet. We can take a look at this, actually. There's a reason that this is important. But let's just double check, looking at the windows. This appears to be the single window right next to the closet. With the cable running into it, you can see it from the outside. And then here's the window unit that we saw with the double window that's right next to it. And again, more stuff just feeding into the wall. So yeah, this is the room that they're on the other side of right now. And his coworker will say, or his boss, just so happens to be on the other side of the wall from this. Now, what makes this interesting to me is when they open up the closet, right? What is this doll hanging from? It appears to be some kind of black cable that runs into the wall. Am I seeing that right? Because it's not just wrapped around the clothes rod at the top. It looks like it goes into the wall. So is it possible that maybe this guy on the other side of the wall activated the doll? But then again, I'm not really sure how the baby doll is hanging from this thing. It appears that there's an invisible part of the black cable that it's hanging from. Yeah, like what's going on between the black cable and the doll's foot? What material is that? We can't even see it. They're not even reacting. It's floating. It's free floating, dude. Okay, so he turns the doll right side up and it starts playing the tune. Does that mean that it's a motion activated doll? Because what is he pulling or pushing on that's causing the music to play? There's no curiosity into how it works.
Ay, compi, ¿no?
Okay, so he actually never unattaches the doll from the black cable. There's something tied around its foot. Perhaps something invisible and thin? Okay, this is probably the best look that we can get into where the black cable goes. And it really looks like it goes into the wall. So he could have yanked on that doll from outside. Now with that said, the black cable is, you know, a few feet, like let's say 2.5 to 3 feet away from the window here. And what's there on the other side of the wall is this like PVC pipe suspiciously hanging there. I'm not sure why, but it lines up pretty well with where that black cable is. And this is exactly where his boss is. Now, unfortunately, he aims the camera in a way that like obscures what's actually happening over there. There's a cable that's hanging from the top here. Where's that go? Oh, it goes... Oh, that's what's going into the window. Oh, weird. Yeah, I don't know. There's something fishy here, I feel like. It's just the fact that he happens to be on the other side of the wall from where this doll is. Now, this other doll... There's 2 doll incidents in this closet, because I guess one wasn't creepy enough. This doll moves on its own. Of course, I'm imagining... Here, let's watch it again. See, you'll notice that the hanger moves up there. They want you to look at just the doll because it's creepy, but the hanger is what moves. In fact, when it lunges at them, I believe the hangers are the ones that move in a big mass, actually. Right. Now, we get a really bad look at this. Bad framing, right? But if you can still see the hangers jump. So if I were to guess how they did this, I would guess that there's some, I'm so sorry to say this, but some fishing line set up, and the guy, as he's filming with one hand, jerks the hangers with the other. Because the way that it moves, it is a lurch, like you're just yanking on it with something. So I'm not quite sure what they've got set up here, but it seems like they've got this entire closet rigged up to where they can yank on these dolls. I'm just saying it's pretty suspicious. I'm not saying I've completely debunked it, I've got it, but it's just the fact that we're not really shown much from the camera angles. The camera keeps aiming down. It's not showing us what's going on with the ceiling of this closet or anything on the upper half of it, really. Yeah, it's too bad. It's too bad we didn't get to see more of it. That's the thing with a lot of these clips. It's like, you don't necessarily need to catch the smoking gun or anything. I think that suspicious circumstances are alone enough to sometimes write it off, or at least they're things to think about. But yeah, I think these guys are just having fun on the construction site. It seems like there's not a whole lot to do sometimes and you get bored, so maybe they decide to make a viral TikTok, who knows?
Reddit user SageMan123 says that after his friend moved into an old house with his little Boston Terrier mix Jackson, things quickly started to get weird.
Okay, I'm so sorry, but I gotta say the pronunciation of this username as SageMan is being very generous. it's being very generous and complimentary. I'm not sure that that's how it's pronounced. But go off, King.
Little Boston Terrier mix Jackson, things quickly started to get weird. There were odd noises, objects moved on their own, and the dog began flat out avoiding certain areas in the house. One day, the owner notices the dog staring into a closet and decides to start filming. What he captures is truly chilling.
Okay.
Jackson is like laser ass focused on this right now.
Laser ass focused. I've never heard that expression before.
Like, you alright?
Are you stalling?
I know. I think something's wrong.
You kind of seem like you're stalling until something happens.
I hear noises, but I'm not even.
I see.
Are you f***ing kidding me right now?
That was great acting, bro. Fantastic.
What's wrong?
Well, I'm sorry. Are we living on the same planet right now? What's wrong? Did you forget what you just saw? You just saw something fly off the shelf. And he's standing in the same spot, and he's just like, what's wrong with this dog? This dog is acting like something weird's happening. What's his problem, am I right? All right, well, let's see what else happens, I guess. It sounds like homeboy's stalling again. Something must be about to fly off the shelf again, or...
What's wrong?
Take a wild guess, buddy.
There's banging and stuff. Tough.
Well, are you freaked out now? See, Jackson had the right idea.
After witnessing all of that, the man says he'd had enough. Not long after this, he put the house up for sale and moved out for good.
What? What? Wow, you know, we went very quickly from, what's this dog's problem, to moving out. Just because a door closed? Really? You sounded like you didn't care at all before. You weren't trusting Jackson's intuition. Listen to him here.
Jackson's like laser ass focused on this right now. He won't. Like. You alright? Mm-hmm. I know.
It sounds like this guy is getting frustrated with his friend who should have pulled on the fishing line by now. It's like it finally happened, but he was thinking it was going to happen before that. He sounds like a little frustrated. He doesn't finish his sentence.
He won't. Like.
He won't like.
Right? Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stall a little bit by talking to you. What's crazy too is that he doesn't stop talking while the thing's happening. He waits until it's completed its motion.
I hear noises, but I'm not even sure.
I hear noises, but I'm not even sure. He has such a such a reaction to that. But then 2 seconds later, he hasn't moved, by the way.
What's wrong with you?
He's like, what's wrong with you? Hey, what's wrong with you? Did you see an item spontaneously fly off the shelf just now or something? What the heck? Get over it. We go from, are you bleeping kidding me right now, to yelling at the dog, what's the matter with you, huh? Nothing's happening. It's gaslighting the dog. So there's actually a ton of room across from where that thing flew for somebody to sit and wait for the word, which is, I've heard a ton of noises.
Jackson. What's wrong?
He can't answer you, bro. I don't know how to tell you this. Dogs can't talk. Can only bark. Now, what's interesting is that in both of these shots where something moves, the camera is positioned as such to obscure the place from which the motion may originate. So here, we're very careful not to show the right side of this closet, but then when we readjust, we're very careful not to show the left side of the closet, and both times, that's where the motion goes. So, you know, I think this is just a fun little fishing line trick. However, I think if you're going to attempt this, you might want to try to plan what you're going to say so that you're not just
laser ass focused on this right now.
So you're not just doing this. I need some acting. I need some performance. Come on. Let's get script writing on this, okay? Let's start workshopping some panicked exclamations or something like that. Here, I have some suggestions. Here's some that you can use. These are free. He never does this. He's normally napping this time of day. This is very unusual for him. He always acts weird around this closet. This is the 4th time this week. Pretty much anything at all. Any full sentence will be, he won't, like, you okay? Jackson, just so you know, these criticisms aren't for you. You're doing a great job acting. I know your owner's friend is in there, and you're wondering what they're doing. You're just curious. You're doing a fantastic job, Jackson. Good dog. Good dog.
Troy Legault says that his house is haunted by a very active poltergeist.
Where am I looking? Oh. Okay. Why is that napkin holder on the table moving like that? Okay. That napkin holder got moved. Look at it. It got moved. I don't even care about the chair moving. Look, that napkin holder got moved. They swapped it. It was horizontal. Now it's vertical. Oh my goodness. The chair got moved. Yeah, it looks like it got pushed right there. Wait, this footage is from 2022? You've been holding out on us. Duke, this footage is like 3 years old. You've just been sitting on this gold mine right here? We got moving chairs. Opening doors, nodding video cameras. This is great. I like to think that the guy underneath the camera pushed the chair and then he goes up and he just starts nodding the video camera. He's looking around like, what else can I mess with? I've run out of chairs. Oh. Then he just starts messing with the video camera.
Troy says that these strange incidents in his home have only gotten more intense as the weeks go by.
Mm-hmm. More intense than moving chairs? Say it isn't so. Oh, I thought that was the front door opening. I was about to get excited. Now, speaking as someone who's had a medium and large size dog before, it's not unusual to come home and some furniture has been moved around, especially in a tightly organized room like that. Sometimes the dogs have got to get around stuff. Sometimes they crawl underneath the table, they, push stuff out of the way. Is he gonna come out of the basement? Oh my gosh. So the title of this clip was Paranormal versus Pets, but I'm not seeing a whole lot of pets combating the paranormal here. That's what I was promised. Well, he just leaves?
Lately, Troy says that the poltergeist...
Why you just leave? Bro, your dog's still in there. What about your dog? You're just gonna leave your dog to fend for himself against the poltergeist? Huh?
Lately, Troy says that the poltergeist has even started trying to interact with his poor little dog.
No way. There's the dog over there, where I was. Wait, what? Whoa, 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 I just caught something. Whoa, 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 down the lower right, where the ball came from. Just before the ball started moving. Let's see that. What is that? What is this? What is this? We're just not gonna talk about this? Oh, it looks like video editing of some kind. Oh, you know what I bet? Oh, you know what I bet happened? It's a keying effect. Like, okay, first of all, I gotta say, people are always coming up with really funny explanations for some of the ghost videos that I show. There's always somebody who's theorizing that there's like a guy in a green or blue morph suit that's like pushing things around and getting keyed out. I just think that those explanations are so funny because it's so much effort, right? If you've ever keyed stuff out before, it's so much effort to do that. But this actually, I can kind of see it. There's a little bit of blue here. And it's weird because it's right next to where the ball supposedly moves. And then it disappears like that. That's very odd to me. And it reappears. That seems like maybe bad chroma keying effects. Maybe it is somebody in a blue morph suit, and their suit is getting keyed out here, but not perfectly, so you've got a little blue strip. But that's really noticeable. I'm wondering why they left it in the video. So basically, it's just somebody that's there that moves the ball. Right? Here's another thing that I'm noticing too. The dog has no reaction to the ball moving by itself. Watch. Like, the dog's not like barking at it or anything. He's just like, yeah, that's normal. Nobody moves that one. And the dog is still kind of like looking off. Oh, I see. Oh, and the chair moved. Here's what I'm wondering. The dog sits very still for a while here. Very still. I'm wondering if they're keying and editing out the person in the blue morph suit going through the doorway here to move the chair. It's just odd to me because it's so well done up there, but then they left flashes of blue down at the bottom. And I don't see any other flashes of blue. The thing is, too, if we're taking this camera, if we're assuming that these green squares that appear are motion detection from the camera and not just superimposed in video editing, then if you wanted to like key out yourself pushing these chairs, rolling the ball, yanking the chair, you'd have to also edit out the green motion detection rectangles, which would be a pain, trust me. It's just a lot of effort to go through for something that you could just do with fishing line. So I'm trying to figure out why someone would do that. I'm sorry, I'm just really excited. This is the first time that I've ever seen a clip where I'm like, this could legitimately be somebody in a blue or green morph suit. I'm so excited to tackle this finally. Because every time somebody suggests that, I'm like, but they could just use fishing line, so why would they do that? That's so much trouble. But I don't know how else to explain that blue sliver that we saw. Because it definitely like had a dissolve on
In the
it,
clip,
the way that
like
it disappeared.
Wants to play, but Troy's dog wants no part of it. The dog just growls and walks away as objects in the kitchen come crashing down behind him.
Yeah.
Now, this brings us to something interesting.
Some stuff
It's
fell.
often said that cats and dogs are more sensitive to the supernatural, that they can see things that we can't.
Okay.
In these next clips, we'll look at a few more pets who might just be seeing the other side.
Okay, so this is from Troy Legault on TikTok. I'm gonna see if I can find the original TikTok video because I'd like to see if one thing I'm noticing actually now that I'm realizing it, one thing I'm noticing is that this is not vertical video, this is horizontal video, which might mean that it's cropped. I mean, that explains why it's so low quality, right? It might just simply be cropped vertical video, in which case we're not seeing. But there's a date timestamp right there in the lower right. Okay, hang on. Let me find the original TikTok. I think that's gonna help with this. Okay, this is it. It was hard to find because for some reason there's no timestamp. So there's a blue arrow graphic. And that's what I was seeing. Oh my gosh. No, I thought I had it. What? Oh, that's very frustrating because I just watched a ton of these. Because, spoiler alert, he posts these a lot. Usually with the caption, "It's happening again," which is one of my favorite things that they say in these TikTok ghost videos. It's happening again. But, oh, wow. So here's what happened. See, they've got this blue arrow graphic, and the way that it disappears was very suspicious to me because it looked edited. Well, it is. But the thing is, since Nuke is using a cropped horizontal version, but his version actually crops out a little more than where it cuts off here. Yeah, it does. A little bit. It's you don't get to see very much of the blue arrow. Wow, that's disappointing. Well, hang on. I think I might have seen something else though. Yeah, that's what it is. It's the blue arrow animation. I was so excited for my first "it's a guy in a morph suit" debunk. Oh. Well, you know what? I think this is an important lesson because as much as I think the video is just fishing line tricks and things like that, it's important to know when your explanation for something or your debunk for it is actually not true and you're reaching. Because it's easy to watch these videos and just come up with any kind of crackpot theory about how they could have done it. Oh, like Hollywood special effects could have done it, right? But you gotta think practically. I'm not saying it's impossible that there's none of these videos in which they're using a guy in a morph suit to push stuff around, but I just haven't seen any evidence of that. But I just think that's a lot of trouble to go through, and in this case, this is like the most compelling evidence that I had seen yet, but it turns out that it's just an animation, a little arrow graphic that looked a little weird when it was cropped out. Oh man. But yeah, you know, this isn't definitive proof or anything, but you can do all this with fishing line and things like that. But that's kind of boring. Oh man, I was really excited for the morph suit debunk. I want it so bad. Everyone in the comments is always talking about it. They're always coming up with the morph suit theory. I was eager to prove them right. Oh well, that really takes the wind out of my sails. Okay, you know, I think I said it's fishing line way more than I wanted to, but we got at least one good debunk in there. And, you know, a lot of these clips are just kind of funny. I kind of limit myself too because there were a lot of clips that I just completely skip over. Anything with kids in it or toddlers, I just skip. I just don't want to be involved. I don't want to enable, and I just think it's wrong to show those kids online, so I don't promote that stuff. But unfortunately, there's just a lot of clips with kids in them who are pointing and yelling at, you know, ghosts and things like that. And I also I want to avoid repetitive clips and things like that. So it's getting harder and harder to find clips to react to. I think I said something to the effect last time. But you know what? If these just turn into comedic videos where I'm making fun of something, then I can think of worse videos to post. Big thanks to Holskern, by the way, for sponsoring this video. Make sure to use my link, holskern.com/JohnWolf, and take advantage of the 30% off sale. If you want to see more ghost clip debunking, I've got a playlist in the description, or you can just search them up. There's tons of videos that I've done on them at this point. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Think critically.